The world has been captivated by the soulful melodies and distinctive style of country music superstar Marty Stuart. However, beneath the glitter of his stage lights and timeless anthems, there is a turbulent path that Stuart has endured. Coming from a modest background in a small town, Marty's love for music propelled him into a world of extensive tours and life-altering choices. However, how did he manage to overcome the overwhelming feelings of isolation he experienced as a young man? Marty Stuart's narrative is a symphony of perseverance, tenacity, and resolve. It includes a failed marriage, his own self-doubts, and the lovely notes that make up his music. Let's explore this symphony together. Revealed truths about the life of this remarkable artist. Marty Stuart was born on September 30, 1958, in the sleepy Mississippi town of Philadelphia. The musical legacy of Marty Stuart's parents, who were not musicians themselves, runs deep in the Stuart family. Every day, musicians would gather around the radio to listen to gospel and blues programs. It was during these times that young Melody would begin to develop an appreciation for music. Marty's spirit from a young age, while other kids were playing sports, Marty showed off his incredible musical talent. Kids his age were occupied with routine activities. At the tender age of 9, Marty had already mastered the mandolin, another difficult instrument that required technical talent and patience, and had devoted himself to exploring the notes of an old guitar that his parents had given him. His love for music blossomed as he became a regular performer at community gatherings. Marty didn't merely study music. He reveled in delighting his early listeners with his infectious brand of gospel authenticity and infectious laughter. It was during these formative years that he began to establish his particular musical style. At a local music festival when Marty was 14 years old, he had a breakthrough performance blending blues ferocity with country delicacy. He was noticed by bluegrass legend because to his talent. Shortly after, Lester Flatt was enthralled by the enthusiasm and commitment of the Mississippian child, Marty, and not simply by his remarkable musical abilities. It was an incredible honor for Marty, who was leaving his home and childhood at such a young age to pursue his dream of being a musician, when Flatt asked him to join his band. Long tours became Marty's life's work. A child raised on simple melodies in Mississippi learns the hard realities of life on the road through his relentless concerts. The path that would lead Marty Stuart to fame as a country music artist began with him. Mythology, a road paved not just with skill but also with unquenchable desire and dogged persistence. When Marty Stuart first started out, bluegrass legend Merle Haggard had a profound impact on Marty Stuart's early career. In addition to directing Marty's artistic journey, Lester Flatt, while simultaneously teaching him invaluable lessons about the importance of art through extensive tours that took him to both small communities and huge stages. Beyond the fundamentals of music theory, Marty picked up a lot more. He came to realize that music serves as a medium for narrative, allowing him to evoke strong emotions in listeners, and frequently serve as a reminder. This mindset had a lasting impact on Marty's sincere presentation style, which in turn led to his meteoric ascent to fame as a country music performer in 1979, when his songs struck a chord with audiences due to the depth of emotion they conveyed. The loss of Lester Flatt, Marty's mentor, was a watershed moment in his life. Keeping going on his musical journey was a hardship for Marty. When he first started performing solo in the early 1980s, he faced a lot of obstacles, such as trying to find his own niche in the music industry's dynamic landscape without slavishly following any one style. Cry 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 and other Marty experiments drew heavily on rockabilly, but honky tonks. While not every endeavor was successful, Marty's attempts to reach new audiences and discover himself were reflected in the blues, which embodied the raw, earthy soul of honky tonk. With each commercial success effort, Marty's unceasing imagination through his recordings in the 1980s, Marty not only established his unique style, but also told stories of love, hope, and life by fusing new components with traditional sounds, creating music that preserved the soul of country while providing a fresh perspective. After losing his mentor, Marty Stuart embarked on a journey to discover who he was as an artist. This formative period set the stage for Stuart to become one of the most innovative and influential country music artists of his time. Marty Stuart's background achieving victory in 1990, the publication of Hillbilly Rock marked a watershed moment in Marty Stuart's career. The album was more than just music. It was a daring declaration of creativity within the country music genre. The title single, Hillbilly Rock, became an instant hit because Marty expertly fused traditional elements with current elements, resulting in a sound that was completely distinct. The song's massive success helped unite two demographics: younger, more rebellious listeners and longtime lovers of classic country. Propelled Marty to fame and solidified his reputation as an innovative musician who could breathe new life into the music he loved. Both Marty's vivacious personality and his extravagant performance style were a key component of his fame, renowned for his brilliantly colored outfits influenced by renowned artists such as Porter. Marty made daring statements with his clothing. These ensembles served as more than just a means of self-expression. When Marty took the stage, he didn't merely play songs. He paid homage to the traditions of country music. He conveyed a whole narrative. Striking an intense chord with his listeners, rock and roll's triumph allowed Marty's career to experience a surge of fresh chances. His subsequent albums, like 1991's Tempted, which had the smash hit title tune, catapulted him even farther into the national limelight. Music Scene It became a critically acclaimed record for Marty, and brought in during the 1990s. When Marty Stuart received his first Grammy nomination, his career reached its peak. He went on to win 5 Grammys during this time, including Best Country Collaboration with Travis Tritt for the song, a tribute to Marty's skill and imagination in fusing traditional and modern styles. The Whiskey Ain't Working. Collaborating with top performers was a highlight of Marty's career. His duets with Travis Tritt, such Whiskey, are a prime example. Achieved tremendous success and featured despite his commercial success. Marty's reputation as a multifaceted musician in country music was reinforced by his collaborations, which showcased his variety and originality in music. Instead of letting himself be influenced by passing fads in the market, Marty stayed committed to protecting and improving his nation. Marty's 1999 album, The Pilgrim, widely considered a masterwork, is a tribute to this devotion in music. Featuring great musicians like Earl Scruggs and Emmy L. Harris, the CD portrayed a story through song. But it failed to gain major achieving financial success. Marty's determination to convince his record label to support this ambitious project was one of the most fascinating aspects of creating The Pilgrim. He once remarked, "I didn't make the Pilgrim to sell records, but to remind myself that music needs depth and meaning over time." The album received critical acclaim and confirmed Marty's willingness to take artistic risks for the sake of his craft. Along with Marty's compositions and productions, the record became beloved by fans and formed an essential component of his musical legacy. Putting Marty on stage has been an unfaltering champion for the progress of nation musical performances and television shows that aired between 2018 and 2014. As presenter of the Marty Stuart Show, he provided a stage for up and coming country music singers, paid tribute to music legends, and traced the genre's historical development. Throughout the years, viewers were entertained by this program, which also highlighted Marty's deep affection and dedication to the genre. Family life and marriage in the midst of the demands of an impressive professional career. In his autobiography, Marty Stuart dealt with the ups and downs of love, unforeseen tragedy, and overcoming adversity. Obstacles transformed his path into a deeply emotional one. Intertwining happiness and happiness, there were notable changes at every stage of Marty's life. Cindy, the daughter of the famous Johnny Cash, was Marty's first wife. In 1983, at the peak of his fame, Cash began what appeared to be an ideal union between two people who shared a love for music and family values, but gradually exposed fissures. Cindy, a powerful and self-reliant lady who was a few years Marty's senior, had a hard time adjusting to their divergent worldviews. The relationship was affected by the strain of Marty's hard traveling schedule and the constant glare of the spotlight. Even though they separated peacefully, Marty subsequently acknowledged that the stresses of fame and the long hours on the road made it hard for them to keep the marriage balanced. They finally split in 1988, after 5 years of marriage, amicably. This union ended valuable Marty, while Val's first marriage taught him the value of selflessness and the significance of finding a genuine companion. This second marriage taught him the value of love sacrifice. The love tale between Marty and Connie Smith became a narrative about finding repentance and happiness. When Marty was 12 years old, he saw Connie perform for the first time. Well known as a country music superstar, known for his impressive vocal range and charismatic stage presence, Connie made an indelible mark on the little kid. Following the show, Marty went to his mom for clarification. Birthed in 1941 into a large family in Indiana, Connie Smith had a life filled with trials and victories before meeting Marty. This innocent comment, "One day I'm going to marry her," would later become a prophetic truth. In the midst of her mother's divorce and subsequent marriage, Connie's father battled alcoholism and domestic violence, causing a challenging upbringing for the little girl. Music became a haven for Connie during her recovery from a severe lawnmower accident when she was younger. Connie taught herself guitar, which would later become the basis for her legendary music career. By the time Marty reconnected with her as an adult, Connie had already achieved legendary status as a country music icon, but there was still a remarkable person behind all the fame. After 3 failed marriages, Connie never stopped trying to find a happy medium between her professional and private lives. In 1997, Marty finally brought the serenity that Connie had been seeking, thanks to his unadulterated adoration and devotion for her that had endured since his youth. As a result of their marriage, their love tale became one of the most treasured country music icons. A 17-year-old woman named Connie, in addition to being Marty's wife, his senior, became his muse and an invaluable collaborator. The two of them wrote songs, performed them live, and put together concerts that expertly combined their musical passions. Connie often spoke about how Marty helped her rediscover her love for music and how it transformed her life. The year 2021 was not a bed of roses for her, as she discovered herself via their common artistic abilities, though. Connie had to spend a long time in the hospital after contracting COVID-19 because of the serious consequences she had, such as sepsis and pneumonia. Her declining health ultimately caused her to leave the stage, a space that had played a significant role in her life. They persevered through one of life's most trying times because Marty rescheduled his schedule, cutting back on lengthy tours so he could focus on taking care of his wife. Caregiving for Connie, Marty once said, was both a duty and a privilege because she was the woman he had always loved and admired. Marty's music and love have always been inseparable, creating a harmony that has helped him through tough times and continues to inspire fans all over the world. The effects and legacy. Marty Stuart is more than simply a gifted musician. He is an integral part of America's history, culture, and destiny. Musical compositions that feature his a keen ear for music and a vision for creativity. As a musician, he has expertly maintained the genre's essence while adding a contemporary twist, forging a special connection with listeners of all ages. Marty Stuart makes a name for himself by skillfully fusing traditional country music styles. New, exciting styles that combine elements of rockabilly, rustic, and new music with hillbilly rock. His innovative record with a modern twist, traditional bluegrass, honky-tonk, And despite his lack of inspiration, Marty has created a sound that is at once recognizable and fresh. He reimagines trends instead, ensuring that the country appealing to a wide range of listeners. From casual listeners to die-hard fans, Marty once remarked that country music is more like a live tale that needs to be recounted again and again, rather than something to be preserved in a museum. This mindset has shaped his distinct impact, guaranteeing that country music will not only be remembered but also flourish in the future. Musician invention goes beyond. Marty Stuart is well known for his love of country music and his extensive collection of memorabilia. Among his prized items are iconic instruments like Hank Williams' Martin D45 guitar and Bill Monroe's mandolin, which are relics from the legends who founded the genre. Marty also owns a collection of stunning performance suits designed by Nudie Khan and Manuel Quas, which reflect the artistic history and flamboyant style of country music. More than just instruments and clothing, Golden Era Marty is working to preserve the era. Along with rare images, vintage recordings, and concert posters from the early days of country music are also part of his collection. He views each artifact as more than just a physical item. He sees it as an integral part of the narrative of the genre's development, allowing exhibition goers to have a more profound appreciation for its relevance and history. Marty has made these priceless artifacts available to the public, elevating them to the status of instructive musical event focal points. He established the Congress of Countrymen as a result of his dedication to preservation. In addition to showcasing Marty's collection, this cultural center in Philadelphia, Mississippi, hosts concerts, conferences, and classes to teach future generations the values of country music. Along with his preservationist duties, Marty has turned the center into a living museum where the tales and melodies of country music reverberate. Marty has planned a plethora of musical activities with a focus on education. He hosts on television. Among his many accomplishments, the 2008 to 2014 Marty Stuart Show stands out. Not only did Marty get to perform, but the performance also served as a platform to pay tribute to our nation. Legendary musicians helped launch new artists' careers and bridges the gap between different fan generations via this initiative. Marty made use of anecdotes to drive home the point that country music encompasses much more than that. His indefatigable contributions have ensured its place in American history and culture. In addition to his musical prowess, Marty Stuart has shown himself to be an exemplary patriot and creative force for his nation. His musical compositions, which range from hillbilly rock to instructional events, bring people together while simultaneously reviving the lasting cultural and creative significance of country music is what truly defines Melody Marty's legacy, not just his recordings or historical objects. He has spent his entire life protecting. What do you think about? Tell us what you think about Marty Stuart's impact on country music and his present life in the space provided. Marty Stuart, through thick and thin difficulties he has encountered living with his wife, he maintains an unfaltering optimism and a profound love for music. In Tennessee, Marty and Connie Smith live a tranquil life enhanced by their mutual love of the arts. Marty uses music as a therapeutic tool, turning his melodies into an honest expression of appreciation for life and his devoted fans, who have supported him for so long. Marty has shown his admirers his unfaltering enthusiasm and vitality by taking part in minor activities. On December 3, 2024, he made an unforgettable performance at Nashville's Grand Ole Opry House, where he played a brief set on his signature guitar. With thunderous applause, the audience showed their appreciation for Marty's songs and confirmed once again that he is a vital cog in the country music wheel. Colleagues and admirers of the community alike keep on showering Marty with love and support on social media, sharing images and videos of memorable events in his career past along with expressions of gratitude. Numerous well-known nations musicians have planned memorial performances to pay respect to these activities, not only uplift Marty, but also strengthen the bond he shares with the community through his everyday interactions, thanks to his enormous efforts. While he may not perform as often as he used to, Marty is still revered as a country music legend. Whenever he steps onto the stage, the audience witnesses not only his talent as an artist, but also the sincere appreciation and love he has for them. Simple pleasures bring him joy, and he often enjoys strolling through his home's lush garden, chatting with Connie, or hosting small gatherings with friends and family. Marty finds happiness not only in the limelight, but also in the quiet moments spent with loved ones. The love and support he receives from his loved ones is a powerful source of inspiration, allowing him to stay optimistic and continue his creative journey in music. Let us honor Marty Stuart's legacy by sharing this moving story to remind people of the importance of staying strong through tough times, appreciating the little things in life, and the power of music. And please, don't stop praying for Marty's speedy recovery. Your words of encouragement, Journey, are like a burst of energy that will propel him forward. Continue progressing. Is Marty Stuart's incredible journey something you found interesting? Is it his enduring music, his extensive cultural heritage, or his dogged will to triumph over hardship that has most moved you? Leave a comment with your comments and help us share this motivational story. Don't forget to hit like. Stay tuned for our next video and subscribe for more insightful profiles of music icons.